Which of the following is a root of the equation? And this is the equation. It looks like a pretty complicated quadratic equation. And the natural tendency here is to cross multiply to get rid of the fractions. But I'm sure you'll agree that cross multiplying over here is going to make matters more complicated. So let's see if we can factorize the denominators. We have 3 times x squared minus 6 over 12 is the common factor. So we take out a 12 and we are left with x minus 2 squared. That's x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus, if you take out a 12, from a 12 you're left with a 1. So that's a minus 1. And on the right hand side, we have 2x squared minus 3x on the top. And on the bottom, we see that we can take out a 4 as a common factor. And 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 12 times x squared minus 4x plus 3. Oh, and notice that 4 minus 1 is also equal to 3. And therefore, the two denominators are exactly the same. So let's change this side. Let's get rid of the 4 minus 1 and write a 3 there. The two denominators being equal will eventually cancel out. But before that, let's just factorize the denominators. On the top, we have 3 times x squared minus 6. And on the bottom, we have 12 times x squared minus 4x plus 3 can be factored into x minus 3 times x minus 1. And on the other side, we have 2x squared minus 3x over 12 times x minus 3 times x minus 1. Like we said, this means we can cancel out the two denominators, meaning we are multiplying both sides of the equation with 12 times x minus 3 times x minus 1. So this is gone. And also notice that x cannot be equal to 1 or 3. Because if x is one of these two numbers, the denominators are going to be equal to 0. And in a fraction, you cannot have a 0 in the denominator. So let's take it up over here. We have the numerator on this side is equal to the numerator on this side. Let's open up the parentheses. We have 3x squared minus 18 is equal to 2x squared minus 3x. Let's get everything on one side. 3x squared minus 2x squared is x squared. And if we take the negative 3x onto this side, it becomes a plus 3x, meaning we are adding 3x to both sides. Minus 18 is equal to 0. And this expression can be factored as x plus 6 times x minus 3 is equal to 0. So we know that either x is equal to negative 6 or x is equal to 3. But we have already come to the conclusion that x cannot be equal to 3. Therefore, x has to be equal to negative 6. Answer choice A.